It was a cold, misty evening when Arjun, a young journalist, received an anonymous tip about a mysterious village named Vardhamanpur. The message claimed that the village had completely vanished overnight, leaving no trace of its existence. Intrigued and skeptical, Arjun decided to investigate. Arjun packed his essentials, a notepad, camera, flashlight, and his trusted pocket knife, and set off toward the coordinates provided in the message. As he drove through the winding mountain roads, he couldn't shake off the eerie feeling that something was amiss. The closer he got, the denser the fog became, as if nature itself was warning him to turn back. Upon reaching the location, Arjun was baffled. His GPS confirmed that he was standing exactly where Vardhamanpur should have been, but all he saw was an empty stretch of land covered in wild grass and scattered rocks. There were no signs of houses, no streets, not even ruins, just an endless, barren landscape. Determined to uncover the truth, he set up camp and decided to stay the night. As darkness fell, an uncanny silence engulfed the place. Even the crickets refused to sing. Suddenly, a faint whisper carried through the air, sending shivers down Arjun's spine. He turned on his flashlight and scanned the area. Nothing, just the wind howling through the trees. Then he saw it, a flickering light in the distance. Grabbing his camera, he cautiously moved toward it. As he got closer, he realized it was an old lantern hanging from a tree branch. Beneath it stood an elderly man clad in traditional attire, his face wrinkled with age and wisdom. "You shouldn't be here," the old man warned, his voice barely above a whisper. Arjun, though unsettled, introduced himself and explained his purpose. The old man sighed and gestured for him to sit on a nearby rock. Vardhamanpur was no ordinary village, he began. It was cursed. Arjun leaned in, his journalistic instincts kicking in. Decades ago, a wealthy landlord named Vikram Singh ruled this village with an iron fist. He was cruel and greedy, exploiting the villagers for his gain. One day, an old woman, accused of witchcraft, came begging for food. Vikram, in his arrogance, mocked her and ordered his men to throw her out. She warned him, "Mark my words, your greed will consume this land, and no soul shall remain." That very night, the earth trembled, and a dense fog swallowed the village. By dawn, Vardhamanpur had ceased to exist. Arjun listened intently, his mind racing to connect the dots. "But if the village vanished, how do you remember it?" he questioned. The old man sighed. "Because I was spared. I was a mere child then, visiting my relatives in the neighboring town. When I returned, my home, my family, everything was gone. Since then, I've been coming here hoping to find answers. But the village reveals itself only to those it chooses." A chill ran down Arjun's spine. Could this be a mere legend? Or was there some truth to it? Determined to see for himself, he asked the old man how he could witness the lost village. The old man hesitated but finally relented. "At midnight, close your eyes and listen to the wind. If the village deems you worthy, you will see what once was." Arjun did as he was told. He closed his eyes, focusing on the whispering wind. Minutes passed, and then he heard them. Voices, laughter, the distant sound of a marketplace bustling with life. He opened his eyes, and what he saw made his heart stop. The barren land had transformed into a lively village. Men and women went about their daily chores, children played in the streets, and the aroma of fresh bread filled the air. It was as if time had rewound itself. But something was off. The people moved in loops, repeating the same actions over and over, like echoes of a past frozen in time. Arjun reached for his camera, but as he lifted it, a chilling voice echoed behind him. "You shouldn't have come." He turned around to find a shadowy figure standing mere inches away. Its hollow eyes bore into his soul, paralyzing him with fear. The village around him flickered like a dying flame. The whispers grew louder, morphing into agonized screams. The shadow lunged at him. With a gasp, Arjun jolted awake. He was back in the empty field, drenched in sweat, his heartbeat racing. The old man was gone as if he had never been there. His camera lay beside him, untouched. Had it all been a dream? Shaken but resolute, he checked his camera, hoping for proof. His heart skipped a beat when he found a single photo, the village, standing tall under the moonlight. Arjun left the place at dawn, never looking back. The world might never believe his story, but he knew the truth. Vardhamanpur still existed, caught in a cursed loop of time, waiting for the next soul to stumble upon its